All right, predicting Premier League match week 9. It's going to be a fun game. It's starting on Friday with Nottingham Forest and Leicester City. Leicester City have won 2 of their last 3. Nottingham Forest picked up 4 points off their last 3 games. We know Nottingham Forest is one of the most creative end-to-end teams in the Premier League, especially when it comes to defense. Their back line has stopped some of the top teams in the league. They beat no, they beat Liverpool at Anfield. They beat Chelsea. I think it was at Stamford Bridge. So that's 6 points off of 2 of the top 4 teams in the Premier League right now. And I think Leicester City, they are a team who are trying to see better days right now in the Premier League. And on a winning streak. So I think Nottingham Forest will win this match, but I think it'll definitely be end to end and go very. It won't be as close as people, or it won't be a blowout win for either team. It'll be very close. Maybe even save it late. Aston Villa plays Bournemouth. Aston Villa, I've said it all season long. One of my favorite teams to watch. One of my favorite teams to cover because of how deep that squad is, how much fun they are to watch, and how they just don't give up, and how they play like they have a chip on their shoulder. And I think this game will show that as well. Bortman, their manager, is currently up to get sacked, which is crazy to say that as we're only 9 weeks in, minus the breaks. But I think when you look at Bournemouth, I don't think they're going to shape up well enough against Aston Villa, and I think Aston Villa wins this match. Brentford plays Ipswich. Ipswich is going to be on their way back down to the championship. Brentford's going to win this match. Brentford's a very creative team under Thomas Frank from offense to defense. They have one of the best counterattacking methodologies in the Premier League, and they will win that match. Brighton plays Wolves. I think Brighton's going to win this match. Brighton have found themselves in a place where they can contend and be a top 10 team in the Premier League for arguably the rest of their existence because of the management turnover and how their managers turnover and how they just make such a good profit off of selling young players, selling managers, whatever the case may be. This team is just a money laundering scheme that loves to win as well. So give me Brentford to beat Wolves. Wolves, they just, again, top 12 team in the Premier League, won't ever fall too far behind, but just aren't good enough to compete against a top 4 team, or a top 10 team, or a top 8 team. Sorry. Manchester City almost lost against Wolves last week. Crazy to say that after I just said that about Wolves. But almost lost Wolves last weekend. I think they find out and they figure it out, and they beat Southampton pretty handily, 3-0 at least. Everton gets 3 points last weekend. But this weekend, I don't think they get all 3 points. I think Fulham are a very good team in the Prem, and they get the win against Everton. Chelsea plays Newcastle. I am a Chelsea fan. I am thinking we're going to take 3 points off of Newcastle and Eddie Howe this weekend. I just think we're on a roll right now when it comes to the Premier League and when it comes to any Europa stuff. I think we win this match against Newcastle. Crystal Palace plays Tottenham. I think Tottenham wins this match. And I think after this match, I think Crystal Palace sacks their manager and he is off and running. Sorry, I'm gonna correct myself. It wasn't Bournemouth's manager who's gonna be sacked. It's Crystal Palace. Sorry. I think United and West Ham. This is a draw. I think West Ham definitely takes a point off of Manchester United. And then Liverpool versus Arsenal. Liverpool are head and shoulders over everybody else in the Premier League. And I think you look at Arsenal, they lost last weekend to Bournemouth after going down a man in the beginning of the first half. Then they lose again this week. They are going to drop 6 points in 2 weekends. And this Arsenal team are going to be looking very, very rough. So let me know what y'all think. Yeah.